Hello, hi everyone. Today we have with us toppers from the SNAP exam, Prateek and Anant. Both are from SIBM. So, welcome on board. First of all, I want to start with your campus, one of the most beautiful campus. यार मेरे को जब भी जाता ना जितनी जलन होती है मेरे को तुम लोग को देख के यार these people are living 2 years of your life there and getting a 25 lakh का package also. That's the best thing you are going to get once you join SIBM Pune. But of course, to go there, you have to top the exam called SNAP. So both of them have scored 99 percentile plus in the SIMB exam, then followed by the GDPI to join the college. So hi everyone. यार अभी हमारे पास 10 दिन बाकी है. So today we will talk about your strategy, what you did in your last 10 days. या मैं कुछ ऐसा क्या करूं कि यार मेरे को बस तुम्हारे कॉलेज में आ जाओ, मैं आ जाऊं आपके कॉलेज में. So what was your strategy? We'll talk about that in detail. I want to start with the first question about your scores. Like mock point of view, I always say you have to give a minimum 20 mocks. And the best part is it's a 1 hour ka paper. You don't need to sit for 2 to 3 hours. So it's like a test only, small test. So Prateek, Anant, आपने how many mocks you took during the exam?
Um, Sir, thank you for talking about the first of all talking about the campus. It is a beautiful campus, as you have said. We call it Hilltop Heaven. Coming to the question, sir, the mocks that we have taken, sir, I took in the last 10 days about 25 to 30 mocks, and it prepared me for the exam so that I can directly go and perform. So that is my
Correct.
number.
Correct. This is one thing I recommend everyone, यार. At least for 3 4 days, ना give 2 mocks a day. मॉर्निंग में एक मॉक दिया, यू अंडरस्टैंड यार वर्बल छूट गया या मैथ्स के कुछ क्वेश्चन छूट गए, देन इवनिंग में यू इंप्रूव दैट नेक्स्ट डे. तो विद इन 3 4 days एक यू विल लीव आउट द स्केयर ऑफ द एग्जाम की भाई डर निकल जाएगा. नंबर वन. नंबर टू इज दैट यू विल फाइनलाइज योर स्ट्रेटजी, फाइन ट्यून योर स्ट्रेटजीज. सो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इफ यू कैन गिव 2 mocks a day for at least 3 4 days or 1 week. Anand, how many mocks you give?
Sure, sir. So first of all, sir, good evening and good evening to everybody who has joined us for the session. Sir, coming to your question directly, I gave around the same number as Prateek had, and I think any serious aspirant should target that number of 25 to 30. And sir, जैसे आपने कहा, initial days में it's very important to give more mocks क्योंकि it actually tapers out. So आपका mock distribution across the number of mocks you've given across the days uniform नहीं होता है. आप स्टार्टिंग में ज्यादा दो सो यू फिगर आउट वेयर यू आर लैकिंग
Correct.
एंड यू कैन फिगर दैट आउट वेरी क्विकली एंड सर स्पेशली दिस टाइम आपका there's 4 days left, 4 or 5 days left to snap one. So
Correct.
this advice becomes all the more crucial and important कि अभी आप जितने मॉक्स दे सकते हो. इनफैक्ट मैं तो कहूँगा कल who was watching this, कल आप 3 दे दो, दो भी नहीं 3 दे दो, like because that's the window is so small आपका अभी to snap one.
Correct.
You need to, and the reason why we stress on so many mocks is mocks are the best way and perhaps the only way to find out what you're truly weak at. Otherwise, you will keep deluding yourself कि okay, I'm good at say English. So हाँ हो जाएगा, कर ही लूंगा. But unless you give a mock, unless you give multiple mocks, that's when you realize कि आपके weaknesses कहाँ हैं exactly in what sections.
Correct.
Because they are recurring. So if you're weak in say idioms and phrases, आपका you will struggle with that section every time. And then when you start analyzing your mocks, तो आप देखोगे कि repeatedly I have scored low in idioms and phrases.
Correct.
So that makes a
Correct.
lot more sense. If you've given a lot of mocks, तो sample size बड़ा होता है and it makes a lot more sense even statistically speaking.
Correct.
So sir, that is
And
my advice.
one of the main problem is those who have given CAT exam now opening up a book become very very tough. अभी books देखने को इच्छा नहीं होती है. That's why what we do, we have a separate books for the non-CAT exam. CAT खत्म हो गया, CAT की book फेंक दो. Now let's talk about the non-CAT का exam. So we have a dedicated books for all the exams. So at least पढ़ने की इच्छा तो हो यार. And like you said, you have to give as many mocks as possible. If you can study from the books, great. Otherwise, let's do reverse. You give a mock, identify 1 or 2 3 areas where you need to improve, and then improve that area. Then शाम को एक और mock दिया. So even if I improve one area with every mock, I can improve 30 areas. Yeah, 30 topics I can do. I can cover. So yeah, number one thing all of us agree here is you have to give as many mocks as possible. 20 to 30 mocks is required to get a good score in the SNAP exam. Now let's talk about the mock strategy यार. अब स्नैप का जो सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम मेरे को लगती है, इट्स अ 60 मिनट्स का पेपर. And if you're based in a metro city, most probably it will take you more time to reach the center than to give the exam. So exam will be over before you realize it's over. So what's the strategy in mind? आपने सेक्शन फाइनल कर लिए थे क्या? मैं पहले मैथ्स करना है कि पहले वर्बल करना है कि लॉजिक करना है? What's the strategy?
Sir, it's true that the 60 minutes of Snap pass suspiciously faster than 60 minutes, anywhere else. So, sir, the strategy that I had was that, okay, my strengths are my strengths, and I'll play on that. So, sir, both GE, that is General English, and analytical and logical reasoning were my strengths. So, I made sure that I'll save a lot of my time there and then invest the remaining time in the quantitative DI and DS section. So that
Correct.
was the strategy, sir.
Okay. So first you start with verbal, then you move to logic, then maths. Verbal, logic, quant. Anand, you had the same strategy or you have something else in mind?
Sir, so actually my strategy is almost similar in the fact, in the sense that I start with verbal, because for me verbal was, I'm pretty strong in verbal. So I would begin with my strengths and I would advise the aspirants कि आप भी अपनी strength से ही शुरू करो, क्योंकि exam momentum is also a serious and real thing. In an exam, if you have momentum, even questions which seem difficult आपसे हो जाएंगे. और अगर आपके पास मोमेंटम नहीं है, so if you start with even a medium difficulty का question, you might struggle and you might end up losing time. So sir, मेरी
Correct.
strategy was pretty based on, again, aligned with my strengths. Verbal से I would start, then I would go to quant because I come from an engineering background. So
Hmm.
quant was again came very naturally to me. And finally, I would go to head into
Logic
LR.
in the end. Hmm.
Yes. So that was my strategy as far as attempting these three sections or the order of the attempts go.
Correct. So order we have understood. So it's all depend upon your strength and weakness, how you plan your this thing. Was there any sectional timer? Because I believe in there should you should put a timer to every section. Even there's no sectional timing. And जितने लोगों से मैंने बात किया, I've been coming to SIBM Pune, I think for the last 10 years now. I'm almost alumni of the college. देखा जाए तो lot of people said they spend 7 minutes का time on verbal. Because if you look at the verbal section here, out of 15 क्वेश्चन, रीडिंग क्वेश्चन ओनली 2 क्वेश्चंस. एक छोटा सा आरसी दिया होगा या एक पैरा जंबल पैरा कंप्लीशन, 2 क्वेश्चन. बाकी कंप्लीट ग्रामर एंड वोकैब एंड यू नीड ओनली 30 सेकंड टू सॉल्व द क्वेश्चन. वोकैब तो आता आता नहीं आता, यू डोंट नीड टू सॉल्व एनीथिंग देयर. So 7 to 8 minutes is more than enough in the sections. I can save the time in quant, use the time in somewhere else. Suppose if I go 30 minutes for maths for 20 question, I can easily attempt almost all of them. Right. Pratik, you used to follow a strategy. You told me that. अभी स्ट्रैटेजी पे जाने से पहले मेरे को आप बताइए कि जी स्ट्रैटेजी शॉर्टकट तुक्के लगाए कि लगाए. 60 क्वेश्चन यू कांट सॉल्व ऑब्वियसली. ओके, बिफोर आई गो टू दैट, in the snap paper, snap and met all the non-cat exam, you can solve every question if you have seen that topic. अगर आपने कभी वो टॉपिक देखा ही नहीं है, लाइक क्लॉक्स एंड कैलेंडर का 2-3 क्वेश्चन आने वाला है. If you have not done clocks and calendar, it's impossible to solve the question. It's not about the difficulty, it's about knowing the topic. Right? So how many question approximately आपने तुक्के लगाए होंगे, to be very frank? ठीक है, we can remove the recording as well later on if you're not comfortable. वो हम निकाल सकते हैं, टेंशन नहीं है.
Sir, honestly, you said one thing, sir, that if you have not been through the topic, तो आपको नहीं समझ में आएगा कि तुक्के क्या होते हैं. So, sir,
Correct.
I remember that vocabulary is this one section. As I've mentioned, कि strength है मेरी, and I was able to manage in 7 minutes and invest my time elsewhere. तो सर vocabulary में मैंने यूज किया सर, एंड LR में ALR में यूज किया, बिकॉज रूट वर्ड्स मुझे समझ में आते हैं.
Correct.
Root words I had. Then I was like, okay, ठीक है, now I can understand where this is coming from and this is where I have to use my
Perfect.
तुक्का.
Perfect.
So लग गए सर वो सही से. एंड ALR में भी सर प्रैक्टिस, एक तो सर दो चीजें हैं. क्वेश्चन देख के आपको समझ में आ जाता है, राइट? इतने मॉक्स अगर आप दे रहे हो तो यू अंडरस्टैंड दैट ओ दिस इज द स्ट्रेटजी, दिस इज द वे
Correct.
आई हैव टू सॉल्व. सर उसमें थोड़ा सा आगे पीछे अप्रोक्सीमेशन से हो गया वो भी.
निकल जाता है, right?
जी.
Even same for the Maths also. In maths also, if you are able to, if you know the basic of the topic, एटलीस्ट दो ऑप्शन तो निकाल दूंगा यार मैं आराम से. आई कैन सी दैट इतना बड़ा तो नहीं होगा वैल्यू, इतना छोटा नहीं होगा वैल्यू. सो इफ यू डाउन टू द लास्ट टू ऑप्शन, फिर तो बिंदास मारो, देखा जाएगा. एंड इफ यू लुक एट द प्रोबेबिलिटी वाइज आल्सो, बिकॉज द ऑप्शन आर फोर, so the and negative marking is 1/4, so you will anyway score. If you do 10 तुक्का, दो तीन मार्क्स एक्स्ट्रा आएगा ही आएगा. राइट.
Sir, I completely agree with you. I just wanted to add one thing is that quants was not my strong suit. In contrast to what Anand has said, it was his strong suit. So, जो मैंने बोला था कि मेरा is general English and analytical and logical reasoning. उसमें I did everything. As you mentioned, sir, the elimination part when it comes to quants is very important. So
Correct.
if you eliminate two, then you'll have the remaining two, and in that you need to use, let's say, the G strategy,
Correct.
in this,
Correct.
and then understand which is the right one to go forward to.
Correct.
So that is very important, sir. Thank you.
Correct. So we talked about the G strategy. We have to use intelligent guess, smart guess. सिलेबस यू हैव टू कवर एवरी टॉपिक. या स्नैप का ही प्रॉब्लम है, हर चैप्टर में से एक एक दो दो क्वेश्चन आएगा. अब जो चैप्टर तुम छोड़ के जाओगे वो तो पक्का एग्जाम में आएगा ही आएगा. तो इसलिए प्लीज डोंट लीव एनीथिंग. एटलीस्ट बेसिक्स ऑफ एवरीथिंग हैव टू बी डन. And it's not like CAT where the option is not there. We have all the four options in front of us. So we can easily score marks. So I to normally say that using G strategy, you'll be surprised to know I can score 15 question plus only by using option. कि उसका double के percentages का all the question can be done by options. Equations का all the question can be done by options. So that will be helpful for you. So your target score, students, my target for you is 45 plus. Fine. If you are scoring 45 plus, you are getting the call as well, and there is no like IIMs, you have to be a gem or a non-engineer, this and that. यहाँ पे नहीं है ऐसा कुछ. So if you score well, you will get the call. They just cutoff mean a normal cutoff, not like anything else. And cutoff keep on changing every year. If you ask me, I will put a cutoff at around target at 45 marks. Otherwise, 99 percentile plus is also a good score. But that is going to change slot 1 to slot 2. एक slot तो हमेशा tough आता ही आता है. If you are giving a 3 attempts, one of the slots will be tough. Historically, always slot 3 used to be tough. But last year slot 1 का level was high. But again, that's very subjective because मेरे को यार जो टॉपिक नहीं आते तो मेरे लिए तो टफ ही हो गया ना पेपर. But it's not difficult. It's not CAT का एग्जाम obviously. Oops. But this is your mainly talking about कि भाई थोड़ा सा लेवल हाई होगा तो ठीक है ना, तो कट ऑफ नीचे जाएगा थोड़ा सा. We don't need to think about that. So anything you like to add on that?
Sir, sure, sir. So, sir, actually, a couple of things that I wanted to add, we both wanted to add. Firstly, sir, syllabus, I think आपने बहुत ही important बात touch upon की है कि CAT and SNAP का syllabus आप जैसे prepare करते हो, they're very different strategies. CAT
Correct.
में, sir, you can skip topics and you can survive in the exam. अगर आप topics, you can be strategic that way कि मुझे geometry समझ में नहीं आता या मुझे modern math comfortable मैं नहीं हूँ, skip कर देता
छोड़
हूँ
दिया.
क्योंकि इट्स there's a high chance कि मॉडर्न मैथ अगर आप ले लो probability क्वेश्चन आया, there's a high chance कि वो वैसे ही मॉडरेट या डिफिकल्ट होगा. So even if you had spent 5-6 days preparing for say modern math और अगर आपकी probability उतनी अच्छी नहीं है तो it doesn't matter. अगर आप prepare भी ना करते और अगर आपने 5-6 दिन ही prepare किया हो, you're both going to struggle in both cases. But and in CAT, that's the beauty of CAT maybe that you can decide कि यार नहीं करना है. देखो मैं 6 दिन भी दूं, I won't reach that level तो छोड़ देता हूँ.
Correct.
Now the game with Snap is very different. अब Snap
Correct.
में आपको
Correct.
सब छू के जाना है. All the bases have to be covered. क्योंकि Snap में you do not have time to figure things out. जैसे आपने एक एग्जांपल दिया क्लॉक्स एंड कैलेंडर्स का. अब लीप ईयर्स का जो टॉपिक है या फंडा है, आप एग्जाम सेंटर में बैठ के यू कांट फिगर आउट कि ओके एवरी 4 years एंड देन सेंचुरी एंड नॉन सेंचुरी ऑल दैट आपको वहां स्ट्राइक नहीं हो सकता एंड यू विल वेस्ट टाइम. सो इन स्नैप यू रियली कांट लीव एनीथिंग आउट. सब आप कवर कर लो. इवन बेसिक्स भी अगर आपने कवर कर लिया है, क्या पता द क्वेश्चन दैट कम्स यू आर आपको उस समय क्लिक हो जाए कि अच्छा ठीक है यार ये थोड़ा इजी डिफिकल्टी है, थैंक
Correct.
गॉड मैंने टॉपिक पढ़ लिया था तो आई नो व्हाट टू डू. So that
Correct.
knowing
Correct.
at least what to do, which comes from a very basic understanding, that works in Snap. So
Correct.
there's a big distinction, sir. Sir, coming to the other aspect जो आप बोल रहे थे about target scores. So usually, I mean, personally, this is I like this saying. It says, "Aim for the moon. If you miss, you reach the stars."
Hmm.
So, sir, personally, I would say कि it's a strategy that works for all exams, including SNAP.
Correct.
कि आप अपना स्कोर मैक्सिमाइज करो, बस ये मत आप सोच के आओ कि मुझे कोई टारगेट ही लेके आना है. ऑल्दो सर, मतलब that also could have worked for some people. Personally, in my case, sir, I have felt कि टारगेट स्कोर से बेटर है कि आप अपने अटेम्प्ट्स मैक्सिमाइज करो विथ हाई एक्यूरेसी.
Correct.
तो उसमें से जैसे आपने एक बहुत ही अच्छी बात की थी कि डिफिकल्टी वेरी होती है अमंग स्लॉट्स. सम स्लॉट्स माइट बी ट्रिकी, सम स्लॉट्स माइट बी इजियर. अब मान लो आपका स्लॉट ट्रिकी है एंड आप मान के चले कि भाई मुझे एक्स नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस अटेम्प्ट ही करने हैं. एंड नाउ बिकॉज द स्लॉट इज ट्रिकी, आप रश करोगे, आप फोर्स करोगे कि नहीं यार नहीं आ रहा, लेकिन मतलब दो ऑप्शन भी नहीं, चार ऑप्शन में मैं तुक्का लगा रहा हूँ. लोग
Hmm.
लोग डेस्परेट होकर वो भी करना शुरू कर देंगे कि चलो यार मुझे एक्स नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस अटेम्प्ट करने ही है, लेट मी डू दैट. एंड
Exactly.
सर उसका फ्लिप साइड ये है कि मान लो आपका स्लॉट इजी था और आप आराम से एक्स क्वेश्चंस करके आ गए, आप खुश हो कि भाई मैंने
Hmm.
टारगेट अचीव कर लिया. लेकिन पेपर इजी निकला तो फिर भाई टारगेट आपका फिर इट्स काइंड ऑफ पॉइंटलेस.
Target have to be high. Correct.
Yes, it has to be high.
Correct.
So, sir, just in my personal opinion, target score approach is also good. But I would also say that please मतलब also try to maximize your attempts. वो भी please
Right, right,
मतलब
right, right. And this is a step later which I made because you are overnight you're not going to get a very good percentile. So you have to start with 20 marks is the first target. कि पहले चलो let's look baby steps. First target is 20 marks. यार हमने टारगेट दिया 45 का और बच्चे ने पहला मार्क दिया 12 नंबर आए, उसके तो वही गया ना यार, ये मेरे 12 भी नहीं आ रहे, 40 की बात कर रहे हैं. And you lose hope. So first target is 20. The moment we cross 20, we'll move the target to 30, then 40, then 45. So gradually grow. There is no end to it. Well, the way you said, your target should be to maximize your attempt. जिसका attempt ही 40 नहीं हो रहा यार, तो 45 marks कहाँ से आएगा? So you have to maximize your attempt. Yeah, next pointer on my list is an actual paper. I don't know if you were a good engineer, but I was a very bad engineer from NIT Nagpur. 5 साल का पेपर करके जाओ, पास होके आ जाओगे बस. This is what we were told by the senior, and this is what we told everyone else as well. So here as well, I recommend going through all the papers of SIBM. You at least get an idea about the what kind of questions are coming every year. So if you go to the link snapking.in, वहाँ पे actual papers पे जाके please download the paper or you can solve them online, because it's very important to go through all the kind of question. Even if you find one or two questions which you have never seen and practice those questions. और वही क्वेश्चन बार बार आ रहे हैं यार, पाई चार्ट तो आना ही आना, हर साल एक पाई चार्ट का दो क्वेश्चन, तो इजी पाई चार्ट के दो क्वेश्चन तो आते ही आते हैं. सो वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड ऑल दिस थिंग एंड सॉल्व देम, राइट?
sir, actually, just a very small addition, sir. I totally agree with you wholeheartedly. You should go through the PYQs. And here, sir, I would also like to say this another saying that I really like. It's by Sun Tzu, the Chinese philosopher who wrote Art of War. So he said that knowing the enemy is half the battle. And the thing is, ye part he is famous. People know this half of what he said. But then the other half is knowing yourself. So you have to know the enemy and you also have to know yourself. So when you're preparing, you're getting to know yourself. आप सिलेबस कवर कर रहे हो, आपको पता चल रहा है मेरे यहाँ वीकनेस है, मे बी से इन परसेंटेजेस या मे बी से इन ज्योमेट्री, जो भी है. But if you're not going through the previous year questions, you're not really knowing what you're facing, right? आपका एग्जाम में क्या होगा, what it could be, you have no idea. So if you walk in blind, then your chances of success reduce. So sir, yes, I would,
करेक्ट.
Pratik and I would wholeheartedly agree. Please go through PYQs, and they are the best mocks, I would say.
करेक्ट,
There's
दे
no
आर द
mock
बेस्ट
like a
मॉक,
PYQ.
राइट?
Yeah, yeah,
Correct.
exactly.
All right, moving to the scores versus percentile. So this is a table which I made. So we'll gradually grow. 90 percentile is a target, which is around 30 to 35 marks depending on the paper. Then 95 percentile and then 99 percentile. ये क्रॉस होने के बाद फिर तुम टॉप करो कि 99.99 लाओ, वो तुम्हारे ऊपर है. But you have to gradually grow in steps. This is what is covered here. And syllabus point of view, if I look at here, every topic is equally model. Arithmetic, 8 question. All the other topics combined, mensuration, 8 question, and non-math, BIDS, 4 question. So this is a breakup from the quant point of view. Logic, critical reasoning, 8 questions. Modern logic 9 question, puzzles 1 question, traditional logic, coin decoding, relationships 7 questions. So this is your breakup for the 25 question of the logic section. And of course, you can go and check out the rankings and the cutoffs. Guys, if you have any question, please do post. We want to pick up a few questions as well as we go along. First question which I liked the most was how is your experience going at SIBM? And then second question is CAT to gaya हाथ से. Is it I applied for SIMB exam? Is it worth it to give the SIMB exam? देखो भाई, अगर आपका IIM का कट ऑफ नहीं निकल पा रहा in any of the sections, ABC main IIM को कॉल भूल जाओ. So SIBM acts like a very good plan because you are going to get the same package, you're going to work with the same company, and fees भी almost अभी same ही हो गया. So it's like backdoor and not backdoor, I won't say backdoor entry, but like getting into the same package. This is your another chance. Because इसके बाद जो एग्जाम आने वाला जैट का लेवल ऑफ डिफिकल्टीज अगेन इज गोइंग टू बी अप टू द कैट का लेवल. तो सिम्बी इज ओनली वन एग्जाम वेयर यू कैन इजिली स्कोर वेल even if you are not very good in solving hard questions. So yeah, how is your experience going at Simbi?
Uh, so first of all, I would like to thank the one who has asked the question because it has been quite interesting, the life that we have been living till today. One thing that I want to say about SNAP is that SNAP is a student-friendly exam, and it tests the way you can manage speed and accuracy. All right. So the strategy that is required, as Anant has mentioned, for CAT is different and for SNAP is different. So my suggestion would be to make sure that you have your strategies in place, right? And of course, sir will definitely help you with that. When we talk about SIBM Pune, the first thing that I believe, in all of the students of SIBM Pune will come up is that it is a hilltop heaven. We call it a hilltop heaven. And we call it so because when you enter the campus, as sir has mentioned, it is a beautiful campus. You are practically living with the clouds. You can see clouds passing by when it's monsoon. It is on the hill, so it is cold, and it is the perfect campus one could ever have. Then moving on to the life that we have, one thing about SIBM Pune, as sir has mentioned, is that we are the top league. We are competing with everyone, and not just competing, we are also winning. Podiums at case competitions. Yes, if you go through our placement reports, they are quite competitive. Uh, Again, we are competing with the top institutions there are in the country, so that is something. Then there is everything. So we balance academics, we balance as we are part of aspirant relations team, we balance the council work, we balance extracurriculars, everything. SIBM Pune trains you to be a holistic, executive the moment you come in and when you pass out. So there is a lot more to SIBM Pune, and I would like to invite Anand to add to the bandwagon because there is so much to talk about.
Uh, Sure, Pratik, that was a lovely answer. And I would like to add on to that by saying the cohort quality that we have at SIBM Pune is truly astonishing. So, to quickly talk about myself, I am from IIT Madras. I did my BTech and MTech from IIT Madras. I worked for a public sector bank for 2 years. Pratik worked for a public sector bank for 2.5, 3 years. And he's also a Karamveer Chakra awardee. We have our colleagues, our classmates are people who have worked for ISRO, are people who have won Game of the Year awards. So there's a very eclectic, diverse mix, and the beauty of that is that you get to learn from everybody. And if you also look at our alumni, the legacy of this institute, it's a 48-year-old institute. It's a legacy institution. Our alumni are across all the top positions, across all industries. If you look at, say, HUL, for example, the MD is right now Miss Priya Nair, ma'am. And if you look at very recently, if you look at Castrol India, the new ED is our alumnus, which is Mr. Saugata Basure, sir. So that is the quality of alumni, that is the quality of the cohort that enters SIBM Pune, and that's another great factor for anyone watching this to seriously consider SIBM Pune.
Just to add to that, the second question was, is it worth it? So just to add to what my profile is, I have pursued my bachelor's in chemistry, majoring in chemistry from St. Xavier's College, post which I've worked in theatre, and I've also been an assistant manager at a PSB. Apart from that, I am a big motorhead. I love bikes and I love traveling on my bike. So when I was growing up, I used to see on the highways Harley Davidsons, the vehicles, a group of the riders used to pass, and I used to think, you know what, I want to be a part of that. So I just want to share this through this medium, is that the one who came up with this idea of Harley Owners Group, Mr. Vijay Thomas, is an alumni of SIBM Pune, and such brilliant ideas uh, have come out of the alumni of SIBM Pune, and it is brilliant to see that people who have come up with are meeting with us, having conversations with us. So this alumni network that is widespread into organizations across the world, that is something that SIBM Pune gives you the access to it. And yes, it is a legacy institution, as Anant has mentioned. There's a lot more, a lot more that if you do your research right, you'll be able to understand. And one differentiating factor I would like to say is the student culture. It is a completely student driven culture. That is a big differentiator, and that is the reason why I chose SIBM Pune, and it's been great. It's really been great. So yeah, thank you for asking the question. A lot of things that we were able to say. Thank you.
And I will just very quickly, I'd like to add on to Prateek's answer by saying if you want to know more about SIBM Pune, we are actually in the middle of our flagship event, which is called Coffee with SIBM. I have just put the links to it in the comment section. It's in the live chat. So what we are doing at Coffee with SIBM is we are coming to your city. So we're coming to 12 cities and we are interacting with the aspirants one on one. So we'll be telling you a bit about life at SIBM Pune, and then we move into a bit about, say, Snap strategies, how to maximize your Snap score, what are the things that you should do, should not do in the run up to Snap. And there is then a fun mock quiz, which is based on the previous year Snap patterns. And finally, we have a dedicated Q&A session with the aspirants. So whatever queries you have, whatever doubts, whatever anxieties, please do come. We are here to help you out. So we have already visited Delhi, Bhubaneswar, Hyderabad, Jaipur, and a few other cities. And we'll be coming to a few more cities in the next few days. So please, it's a great opportunity. Like for instance, tomorrow we'll be in Bangalore. So anybody is watching this from Bangalore, please do attend the event. And the registration form I have floated in the chat box. Please go through it. The entire list of cities is there on the form. So you can apply. The registration is completely free. The coffee is totally on us, snacks are on us, and the gyan is also on us. So please do come.
All right, great. Yeah, thank you very much. And I would recommend please attend this coffee with SABM. And I don't know, obviously you were not there at that time. First coffee with Karan we hosted at our center was in 2014. So I'm not that old. I'm maybe 1 or 2 year younger to you, but yeah. So we are. It's been a long time. So great. Yeah. Thank you very much, Anand Pratik, for your future career as well. And you are in the first year, second year.
So we are both first years.
First year. Okay, great, great. All the best. All the best. Thank you guys for attending the session as well. Thank you. Okay, bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. It was an honor having you. I mean, an honor being on your channel, actually. So thank you so much, sir.